You can mute your mic now. Okay, so this is today we are going to be talking about Matlab. Yeah, so this is the interface of Matlab. This is what Matlab looks like. So what is Matlab exactly, and what is the use of Matlab? Now, Matlab stands for Matrix Laboratory. Let me open a Word document so that I will be able to be jotting for you people just bit by bit. So I'm talking about Matlab. So this Matlab that we know, it stands for Matrix Laboratory. Now, Matlab is just a tool. So you get is a tool and a kind of machine that we use to solve majorly matrix problem. It tends, unlike other programming language like JavaScript, Python, and the likes, they make use of Matlab for matrices. Sure, you get it. You can make use of Matlab for numerical computing, analysis of data, engineering, finance. What Matlab basically does is that it does calculations. Sure, you get it. So what you are seeing right now, this is the interface of the Matlab. This is the command window. Now, this command window is just a space, or let me say a work area. Sure, you get it. This is where you do most of your work. And when it gets to sometimes, we are going to be switching to a script. Now, if you look at this left hand side, the left bottom, you will see something that they call a workspace. Now, this workspace is where variables that you enter into your command window are being stored. For example, let me say that I'm having x equals to 3. And if I press enter, you see that the x that I wrote here has automatically stored the variable, the value of x to be 3 in the workspace. So if I write another one, if I say y is equals to 5, enter, it has automatically stored it again. So now if you want to clear your command window, there's a particular command you are going to enter inside, and if you want to clear your workspace, it's a different command. Now if I want to clear the command window, I'm going to have CLC. CLC is to clear the command window. Now, automatically it has cleared it, but the workspace, the variables are still there. So even though I type, if I should come here and I should type X, now it is telling me unrecognized function or variable simply because it is case sensitive. If you look at the workspace, you will see that it is capital X that I wrote, and I wrote small x. So that's why, simply because it is case sensitive. MATLAB is very, very case sensitive. When we talk about being case sensitive, it means that if I use capital letter to store a particular variable and I should call a lowercase letter, it would not work, since it is not exactly the same thing that I made use of. So to clear the command window, you use CLC. To clear the workspace, you use clear. So if I want to clear it now, automatically it is there. Do you understand me? You can unmute your mic if you are with me and tell me you are with me.
Yes, sir. I will.
Yeah. Is
Yes, sir.
very clear. I
Understand.
can I can move on, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay, no problem. So now I'm going to be talking about the types of numbers we have in MATLAB. In when you are dealing with other programming languages, they also have their types of numbers. Sure, you get. But when you are dealing with MATLAB, you are going to be dealing with three types of numbers. Let me say three types of numbers. So now the first one that you are going to be dealing with, they are called variables. Now variables can be matrices. Okay, you get it. But matrices cannot be variables. I'm going to explain that. Then we have the scalar and the vector. When you are dealing with scalar, most people will like to say scalar is what it has only magnitude, no direction. If you are dealing with vector, it is having x, y, z, just like ijk direction, like a 3D dimension. So I'm going to be showing you more about that also. So if I should come back to my MATLAB, we're just basically going to be doing some things. Then before you know it, we're going to dive into it. So as I said before, if I want to make use of MATLAB now, in the command window, if I say x is equals to 5, the moment I press enter, you see that automatically it outputs the result for me. So if I don't want it to output the result, I'm going to be making use of a semicolon. That semicolon is used to terminate a line of code. So if I say y is equals to 3 and I put semicolon, if I press enter, you see that it did not output the y immediately after the variable y that I just declared. So you can make use of it. Now, if you want to check the size of a particular variable you've declared. When I mean size, it is not like programming language that they will say the length of the characters. But in MATLAB, when you're dealing with size, it will be outputting it in form of a matrix. So if I should come here and I say size, let me say size X now, and I press enter, you are seeing 1 1. What it is telling me that X is a 1 by 1 matrix. Sure, you get it. So, and you know that the first one is for the row, the second one is for the column. 1 by 1 matrix. This is one row. This is what? One column. That is why it is giving me in form of a matrix. So let me now declare an array. Sure, you get. So if I should say V is equals to square brackets 1 space 2 space 3. If I should press enter, it is giving me, if you, even though if you look at it like this, you will definitely know that this is a 1 by 3. But let's confirm it. Let me say size of V. Yeah, 1 3. So it is giving me a 1 by 3 matrix. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. Let me continue then. So now I'm going to dive into discussing about matrices. What are matrices yourself? Just like normal engineering maths that you've been taught, matrix when you are dealing with your inverse of A and the likes. So yes, you can have 3 by 3 matrix, 4 by 4 matrix, but now we now want to discuss of how can you write it using MATLAB. Now, to write matrix, just as we said that semicolon is used to terminate a line of code, but semicolon also has its uses when you are dealing with a matrix format. So, for example, now let me say A is equals to. Now, if you want to declare a matrix, make sure you are having that square bracket wrapping it. So, if I say 1, comma 2, I may decide to use comma, I may decide to use space. Sure, you get it. So if I say 1 comma 2, then I have my semicolon. That semicolon, we kind of break the line and take it to the next line. So if I say 3 comma 4, if I output it now, you are seeing a 2 by 2 matrix. What it does is that after that 1 comma 2, it takes it to the next line. Definitely, it is telling me that the moment it sees that semicolon, it should take it to the next row. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it is telling me that okay, we need to take it to the next row. And if you want to, let me declare another variable. Let me say v, or I have v already. Yes. So there's a particular symbol, just like normal mathematics, transpose of a matrix. So if you change the row to column, if you change the column to row. So now if I should say let C equals to V transpose. Now you see that it has changed this OV from row to a single column. So if I should come and check the size of C now, I should be getting 3 by 1. If I say size of C is 3 by 1 matrix. Do you understand it?
No, sir. Like, sir,
Yes.
what did you use for the transpose?
I just used a quotation, a single quote. Sure you get. Let
Okay,
me
sir.
let me come over that place again. You know that I declared a variable V and I set it to be equal to the normal matrix 1 2 3. Sure you get it.
Yes, sir.
So now I now created another variable C and said, okay, well, C equals to the former V value with a single quotation, just like prime. Sure, you get it. So,
Yes,
so,
sir.
so that prime signifies that, okay, well, it's trying to tell MATLAB that transpose the former value of B. And how does transpose work? If you change all the row to column, if you change the column to row. Sure, you get it.
Yes, sir.
So that's how I was able to get it up to this point. Is it clear to you now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we're going to be dealing with how you can access elements of a matrix. So let me come back here. Let me say how to access elements of a matrix. Yeah. So now there's a particular syntax that it follows, and let me give you that syntax before I come. Let's say that I'm having a matrix, capital letter A, just like normal complex number. I'm having I comma J. Definitely, you know that the I is for the horizontal, the J is for the vertical. So let me now come back to this place. I want you people to follow me. So if I should say A is equal to a square bracket 1 comma 2 comma 3 semicolon 4 comma 5 comma 6 semicolon 7 comma 8 comma 9. Now if I should press enter, this is a 3 by 3 matrix. So if I want to have access to a particular, let me say a particular element of this matrix, I'm going to be using this syntax aij. I stands for the row, which is also the horizontal. Let me write it here. Let me say I for the row, J for the column, so that you people will have something to fall back on. So J for the column. So now if I want to get the value of number one, definitely what is expectant of me to do is to come here, write my capital letter A, which is the name of the variable, and have 1 comma 1. So if I should press enter, I'm getting that value. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So let's say that I want to get for number five now, element five. What will I do? Definitely, I'm no more in row one. I'm now in row two. So my I is going to be two. Then if I should come count the column one, two. So definitely, I'm going to be having two comma two to get the value of five. So if I should come here and I say two comma two, enter, I'm having five. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
this
sir.
so now you can also be able to access now this element that I'm accessing. You see there is a single element I'm trying to access. But if I want to access a vector, definitely it's just like I want to get a particular row or a particular column. Just like this. If you see that the former one it was only one by one, two by two, a single element. But if I'm dealing with a row, I'm dealing with a vector because this is I, this is J, this is K, a three by three matrix. So for me to do that now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to have the name of the particular variable. Then let's say that I want to get row one. Sure you get. So, and let me say that I want to return all the whole elements in row one. I'm going to have the number of one, which is one. That is definitely, it's telling my matrix that look at this row one, oh, comma. Then if I just put column, if I press enter, it will return everything for me. You tell me what it's trying to do is that it's telling me that okay, well, I want to return all the whole elements of that row. So likewise also if I want to do for only a single column, let's say that I want to return all the column in the first, all the row in the first column. So what I am going to also do is that I'm going to have this in the place of the row. I will set my column comma one. So if I press enter, it will return everything for me. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you also want to return audio matrix, let's say that I want to return audio matrix and I don't want to have A, I can just come here and have A, then column, comma, column. It is telling me that okay, will return everything back for me. It's not trying to say that okay, specify a particular element to return. Do you understand this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, so with matrix, you can also get something they call range. You know that definitely when you are talking about range, a particular interval, let me say from 1 to 5, that is a range. So MATLAB can also do something like that if you are dealing with matrices. Let me declare another variable. Let me say B. So let me have one comma, or let me use space this time. Two, three, four, semicolon, five, six, seven, eight, semicolon, nine, 10, 11, 12, semicolon, 13, 14, 15, 16. So if I'm to check the size, definitely I'm having a 4 by 4 matrix. So let me say size B, a 4 by 4 matrix. So now I want to deal with range. Now, if I want to get range of a particular matrix, let's say that you see this 6, 10, 7, 11. I want to output all of these values. I'm going to be making use of range. So let me have the name of the variable B. I want you people to follow me of this one. If I say 2 column 3, comma 2 column 3, definitely you will not understand something like this. But you see, before that comma, before this comma, with the first 2 column 3, it signifies the row. The second 2 column 3 signifies the column. Let me come again. You see this particular part, this first 2 column 3, it is for the row, comma 2 column 3, it is for the column itself. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm telling my MATLAB to look at row 2. Sure, you get it. I'm telling you that, okay, oh, look at row 2. This is what? 1, 2. Sure, you get it. Then I'm telling you that, okay, oh, you should now go again to row 3. It is going to pick, this is 2, this is 3. Then I'm telling the MATLAB that, okay, oh, for the column part, start from 2 also, 1, 2, and pick 3 also. So if I should press enter, I'm going to have 6, 7, 10, 11. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is how you can deal with range. Subsequently, if you are, if I, let me just show you another way you can deal with range. Let's say that I want to have a particular let me say I want to have a particular matrix, maybe 1 by 10 matrix, and instead of me coming to be saying A should be equal to 1, 2, 3, instead of me wasting my time, I can just have 1 column 10. If I should press my output, automatically it will give me a range of values. Sure, you get me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now
Yes, sir.
we are going to be moving to operations in MATLAB. What are the operations that we can carry out in MATLAB? So just like normal, dealing with normal matrices, you can have multiplication, addition, subtraction, sure you get division. So MATLAB also has its own. Now, if I should come here, let me clear. Oh, it's in cap locks. So let me clear my workspace and everything. Now, I want to define some vectors. I'm going to be defining three matrices. Sure you get it. So I'm going to be having capital letter A should be equals to 1 space 2 column 3 space 4. Now let me terminate it because I don't want it to output yet. So I'm going to be having capital letter B should be equal to, let me say, 5 space 6 semicolon space 7 space 8. I will terminate it also. Then let me have C should be equal to 9 space 10, then 11 space 12. Then let me also terminate it. You see that as I'm writing it, automatically it is storing inside of my workspace. Even though I clear this space, if I press the variable name, it will output it back. So now I'm going to be starting with addition operation. So let me pick variable A plus B. Now, what do you notice it did? You see that the first, with the 1 by 1 of the two matches, I'm having 1, 5. It added it up to 6. The second one, 2, 6. It added it up to 8. 7, 3, 10. 4, 8, 12. So it works basically just like normal operation. So if let me have A, let me say A minus B now. Enter. You see that definitely it subtracted it. This is minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, minus 4. That is the same operation. Now, if I should have A times B, you will see that it's not the same thing it is doing. Now, what it is doing is that it is trying to actually perform normal matrix method. You people can unmute your mic because I want to be hearing your response in this part. Sure, you get it. So now,
Yes, sir.
you know that normal mathematics, if you want to multiply two matrices, you are going to have the first matrix by the left, the second matrix by the right.
Yes, sir.
Let me output the result first. Yeah. So now you see this A, this B. What when you want to multiply this kind of matrix two by two together now, you will see that this particular row will multiply this column. This second row
Yes.
will multiply this column. Sure you get. Then
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
you will now pick it the second row again for this column, the second row again for this column. Do you understand it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. I
So
can understand.
so if I say 1 times 5, that is 5, plus
Yes.
2 times 7, that is 14. Sure you get it? 14
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
plus 5, that is the first 19 that you are seeing there. I will now pick this 1 times 6, that is 6, plus 2 times 8. 2 times 8, that is 16. So 16
16.
plus 6, that is what? 22 that you are seeing there. Then you will now come to pick the second row, same operation, just like normal matrix method. Sure you get it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Because we're actually dealing in vector. But now let's try something. If I say A dot times B, what do you see that it did? You see that now it is no more giving me in that normal method. It is now picking each of it. This is what they call scalar operation. Sure you get it.
Yes, sir.
If I put a dot before a multiplication, what it is going to do is that it will any operation that I carry out in vector, it will be working in a scalar form. So I'm going to be having the element of A multiplied by the first element of B to be 5,
Mhm.
6 times 2 to be 12, 3 times 7 to be 21, 4 times 8 to be 32. Do you understand it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now,
Understand.
another thing that you must take note of is that when you are dealing with multiplication with vectors, they must be the same dimension. This is what I mean. If I should have another vector now, let me say D should be equal to, let me write a 3 by 3 matrix. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Enter. So now if I should say vector B, which is a 2 by 2 matrix, times D, we see that it is showing me an error saying what? Incorrect dimensions for matrix. Do you get it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So that's what it is trying to do. That okay, oh, you are trying to multiply a 2 by 2 matrix with a 3 by 3 matrix, which is actually not correct. So it will not carry out that operation for you. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Understand.
Yeah, so if I should have A divided by B, it will also work the same way. It will kind of divide. Now, if I'm having A divided by B, it's not working exactly the same way. What it is
Mm.
actually doing is that it is saying that okay, oh, A should multiply the inverse of B. You remember if you are dealing with fraction, this is the same thing as A over B. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So
Mm.
that is the same thing as 1 times, A times 1 over B. If I should reciprocate it just like indices rule, I'm going to be having A times B inverse. Sure you get it.
Yes.
So
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
it calculated the inverse of B first. They now multiplied it with A.
Mine.
Yeah, do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now there is difference between this backslash and a forward slash. Let me now deal with value. Let me say 10 backslash.
Sir,
Yeah, I'm with you.
sir, can I ask a question, sir?
Yeah, you can ask your question.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir, disturbing you, sir. Like, how can we find the inverse of the matrix, sir?
No, no, it's normal mathematics now. Sure you get it. If
Like, no, like
is
using Matlab.
using MATLAB, you know that you already have the value of B there. Sure you
Yes,
get.
sir.
So just type B inverse. That inverse on your keyboard is just a single quotation.
Okay, sir.
Sure you get it.
Yes, sir.
So once you have
Yes,
that
sir.
single quotation, it is telling you that you want to transpose. Oh, you are talking about the inverse, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And so it's going to be B let me have where is my case? Raised to power minus one.
Mm, mm.
Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
sir.
is the inverse. The first one I did is the transpose. Sure, you get it.
Yes, sir.
Mm.
So you have found the inverse already. Now you now multiply it by the A matrix. It
E
will give you your
matrix.
output. Do you get it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now I was talking about something. There's difference between backslash. There's difference between backslash and forward slash. Uh, I'm coming. Let me see the forward slash. Yeah. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
The principle of operation is different. I'm going to show you also. Now, this is for backslash. Let me say 10 backslash 5. Definitely, we are expecting 10 divided by 5 to be 2. Do you get it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
But if I say 10 forward slash 5, you're having 0.5. How? Now, do you know this forward slash? What it does is that, let me come back to this MS Word to explain it for you. What forward slash will be solving is that, let me have it here. Let me say operation with forward slash. Now, if I should come here now and I should say A forward slash B, this is what it is actually doing. What MATLAB is doing is that it will equate AX equal to B. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So it will now make X the subject of formula be equal to B over A. Do you get it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So it will now be calculating B over A. And we know that, let's say that 10 is equals to A, 5. Now 5 over 10. 10 divided by 5 is 0, remainder 5. So add 0 at the back. That's 50 divided by 10 to be 5. Do you get it?
Five. Yes, sir.
Now there's something we're going to be talking of now. It is called order of operation. Sure you get.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you are dealing with logical operation, each programming language have their own order, but at times they share the same order. So they share the same order. Now, if MATLAB sees a particular equation, the first thing it will actually look for is parentheses. Now, what do I mean by parentheses? I mean brackets. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Now, the next thing it will look for is power. That's raised to the power or exponential. They call it let me say exponentiation. Yeah. And the symbol is that raised to the power. Do you see it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Then it will now come and be looking for multiplication. Multiplication, let me put it in brackets. So this is multiplication. And it will be looking for division also, comma, division, backslash. So you get.
Yes, sir.
Then it will now come and be looking for addition and subtraction. Definitely, you know that that's plus and minus. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
now
sir.
let me say results. I want to declare a variable of results equal to 2 plus 3 times open brackets. Let me say 4 raised to power 2. Let me come out of that bracket divided by open another bracket 5 minus 1. What do you think the output will be? Looking at the order of operator, definitely it will start with the brackets first now, right?
Yes, yes.
So 4 raised to power 2 is 16. Abi now?
Same.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. 5 minus 1 is 4. That is 16 over 4. Abi?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now 16 over 4 is 4. Abi now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Then Definitely, I've resolved this one. I'm left with 2 plus 3 times 4. Multiplication and addition, which one comes first? Multiplication.
Multiplication.
3 times 4 is 12. Abi now.
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes, sir.
plus 2 is going to be what? 14.
14.
Do you see that it is giving me the actual result that I actually expected? Do you get it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
So this is just the basic operation mode which it actually works with. Now there is something that MATLAB actually does. MATLAB can also help you. When I mean help you, I mean that you can seek help. Let's say that you are having an error. Sure, you get it.
Yes, sir.
And you don't know how to seek help. The easiest way to seek help is that you can just type help. So by the time you press, you said error using type. No, no, I said you can just type help. Sure, you get.
uh,
So once you just type help, it will be loading. Sure, you get help. It says type list of program. Now you can be able to seek help. It has said that okay that you should what create check a documentation based on the former error that I got. Do you get it?
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
So now that is one method. If you want to seek help from MATLAB, you type help. The second one is that you see this particular question mark that is here. Sure you get.
Yes, sir.
So if I
Okay,
should
yes.
yeah, if I should click on it here or I press F1, it will also give me help also. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let me do you have any question up to now?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. Can I continue?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Abi you want to sleep?
No, sir.
Okay, no problem. Let me continue. So now we are going to, although I've talked about what I want to talk of again. So there is something variable and array. Sure you get it.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So now dealing with variables, I've told you how to declare it. So I just want to, although when you people resume, I'm going to give you the notes. So let me just explain it. Sure you get it.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, so you people will snap it to have a copy of it. So when you are dealing
All
with
right.
array, now array deals with collection of data values. Sure you get that are
Yes, sir.
organized in rows and column, and everything is now stored inside a single name. Unlike, let me scroll up now. If I say x equals to 5, definitely we know that this is a variable. Do you get it?
Yes.
But an array is what? It is having a single name with multiple datas inside of it.
Mm, uh,
Do you get it?
yes, sir.
Now, arrays cannot be classified as vectors or matrices. Now, what do I mean by that? Let me. Who is this that want to join? Talk. Now, what do I mean by that? The thing is that Bolade help us to reduce the volume of your phone. Yeah. So the thing is that if I said that arrays can be classified into what vectors and matrices. So let me say s equal to 3.4. If I should press enter, I'm having 3.4 abi.
Yes, sir.
Now is this scalar, vector, or matrix?
Killer.
Scalar. Why did you say scalar?
Okay, 3.4. I'm sorry, it's vector. It's vector, vector. You said anytime you put point in something like something like
No,
that.
no, no, no. I did not say point to. If it is a comma, it is a vector. Shey you get? It is scalar now. This is a one by one matrix. This same thing, is it because of the brackets? I can as well write this thing as s equals to 3.4.
3.4.
Shey you get it? When you are dealing with
Yes, sir.
a one by one matrix is a scalar. Let me jot it. Let me jot it for you. Let me jot it for you people here. So let me say a one by one matrix is a scalar. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so it is a scalar. So what if I now have something like this? Let me say d equal to, let me say 1.0 space 2.0 space 3.0. What is it? Scalar vector matrix.
Skill matrix.
Ah,
Vector.
Vector. Okay, vector. Sorry.
is a vector. Why do you say it's a
Vector.
vector?
Because that's IGK, like the line is in a straight
Exactly.
line.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is in a straight line. This is a vector. Sure you get. What how about r equal to, let me say 1 space 2 space 3 4. How about this?
Ma-
A matrix.
Matrices.
Now you people you've gotten the logic, Abi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so once you have something that has created another row, you're already dealing with a matrix already. Do you get it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So now if I'm having something like this, what is it? It is called an empty array. Sure you get. You know that I said that if you want to declare an array, you are going to be having that square bracket. But there's no data inside of it. So definitely it is an empty array. Do you get it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So now you remember I said something like a range. Let me say 1 column 10. Definitely I want to output numbers between 1 and 10. So now if I
Yes,
want,
sir.
I can now specify an interval. If I say 1 column 2 column 10, the first value is telling me that okay, it should start from 1. The second value, okay, will be incrementing by 2. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So one
No.
one is starting from 1. 1 plus 2, the next value will be 3. Do you get it? 3
Okay. Yes,
3
sir.
plus 2, 5. 5 plus 2, 7. Do you get it? So if I should
Okay,
press
sir.
output, I'm going to be having what? 1 plus 2, 3, plus 2, 5, plus 2, 7, plus 2, 9. Do you get it? So
Yes,
it is
sir.
going to
You
be
get it.
outputting range values from between 1 and 10 with an interval of 2. Because you need to understand this thing simply because you are going to be making use of it very soon. Sure you get it.
Yes, sir.
Now there's something they call built-in functions. Like there are some matrices that are built in. For example, now let me have one. Let me say small a should be equal to zeros in 2. If I should press enter, you see that it gave me a 2 by 2 zeros. Do you get it? Zeros matrix.
Yes, sir.
So instead of me declaring it like a equals to square bracket 0 0 comma semicolon 0 0, I can just easily type this also. I can also specify the number of zeros, column and row. So if I should say, let me say zeros, let me say 2 by 3, 2 comma 3. It will be giving me a 2 by 3 matrix of zeros. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is basically how you can make use of your matrices and the likes. Do you understand it up to this point?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay, now we are going to be proceeding. I can continue, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, so now I'm going to be dealing with initializing variables with keyboard inputs. How can you initialize variables with keyboard inputs? Let me say initializing variables with keyboard inputs. Now, forget this English. What they are just trying to tell you in this place is that you should try how can you collect data from your user. Sure you get it.
Yes, sir.
So let's say that I want to perform an operation and I tell my user that okay, oh, let me prompt my user to be able to collect a particular data. So let me say my underscore data equal to, now the command to collect data from my user is the input tag, input command. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going
Yes,
to be
sir.
having inputs. Then I can now say that okay, a quotation. Now, in between this quotation, it is the message I want my user to see. So if I say enter your best value. So now you see that it is telling my user to what? It has prompted the
Um,
user already. Enter your first value. My user cannot type 23. So it will output my data should be equal to 23. Shey you get? with
yes, sir.
with this you can even be able to build a kind of equation like okay they say that say let your user be able to calculate force force and you're having a mass of 20 kg and an acceleration of 2 meter per second square shey you get or if you don't want to give the user your value you want them to um enter their mass by themselves you can do it shey you get it if I say mass should be equal to let me say this. Let me say enter the value for your mass. And if I should have a termination here, let me say acceleration should be equal to. I did not put the input.
Input, yes.
Yeah, so let me clear it and write it again. Let me clear the O. I think the call is almost ending. Okay, so I will even though it ends, we are going to join again. Do you get it?
Okay, sir.
So if I say mass equals to input, then my column, let me say enter the value for your mass. And if I should terminate it is telling me enter the value for mass. So if I should say 45, if I should come and say, if it's that I'm making use of my script, it will not immediately output my response. Do you get it? We are, we
Yes,
are,
sir.
we are going to switch to script very soon. So if I say input, enter, let me say enter the value for acceleration. Let me say 10. And if I say force should now be equals to mass times acceleration. You see that it is calculating it. This is just like a basic operation. I collected the data. I did not define the data myself. Sure, you get it.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So now the thing is that I'm going to be talking about special values. There are special values that has its own meaning in Matlab. For example, pi. If I want to write pi, if I type pi, you know that it's 22 over 7. And in decimal, it is
Yeah.
3.1416, blah, 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 and so. Do you
Okay.
get it? So now the same thing, I
Yes, sir.
has its value. I stands for what? Square root of minus 1. Abi now.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
so let me have square root sqrt in MATLAB of minus 1. You will see that I will be getting the same value of I. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Now there's something they call infinity. Sure you get infinity. That is if you are dividing an integer with zero, if you are dividing the value by zero, it is called machine infinity. For example, 5 divided by 0, enter, it is giving me infinity. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if I have 0 divided by 0, what do you think it will give me?
Error. Infinity.
Not a number. None. Do you get it?
No.
None. None. That's what most people will be confusing that 0 divided by 0 infinity. Sure you get. It's not
Yes, sir.
infinity. It is not a number. Do you
Not a
understand me?
number. Yes, sir.
Can I continue?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You people are giving me vibes. We can finish MATLAB today now.
Ah,
No. MATLAB is not much. I asked engineer about that because I did not want to go too deep with you people. He told me that you people are just going to be doing the surface. Sure, you get like the introduction part. Then you switch to Simulink. Then you switch to Excel. Sure, you get. Once you know how
yes,
to
sir.
Okay,
carry out this
okay.
operation, you just need to build on it. I have questions for you people. I've written
Okay, sir.
questions.
Ah,
Yeah, I've written questions down. But as we
Beautiful.
he said Jesus, as time goes on, it's something that we are
ah.
still going to do. Don't worry. Most of what you are seeing, we've not done it. Like this one now, we are just moving to this place. Sure you get. But all these
Yes,
ones,
sir.
we've done these ones now.
Yes, sir.
And
So I've done this one.
and
I've done
very
this one.
soft. All these ones also.
Sorry, please. Are we going to do this in the tutorial?
No, not in the tutorial. You are going to hold it. When I give you the software when you resume. Sure you get it. So the first day you people should resume to school. Somebody should come with hard disk or a system. Yeah, come with hard disk, flash or system so that I will be able to install it because there's a particular way you have to install it. Sure you get it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
So you people will now work on it and you people will submit it to me. But all this
And
one, what do you
I
say? Hmm?
I said, are we going to like? Are you still going to re-explain this to us?
Now I'm recording the video. I've explained it before. You joined late.
Okay,
So
like not today. I mean, maybe when we start the tutorial or something like
that
this.
is if I have covered the syllabus for Matlab and we are not
O-
lagging behind. So if there's time for
Okay.
revision, I can be able to go back. But I cannot be repeating the class when we still have so many things to do. Sure you get me?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said that one should not meet the class at all. You should not miss it. So now let me continue. Now I'm going to what we call outputting results. How can you output results? Okay, I said initializing. Have I written this one? Let me say input. I've not written this one for you people now. Yeah, input, then my string. Let me say enter the value. So this is how you can prompt your user to be able to collect data. Now I want to deal with how you can output results. Outputting results. Results. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the first method I'm going to be talking about is the display function. It is called DISP function. So you make use of it to output results. And I'm going to be showing you how to do it with MATLAB. Let me create a variable. Let me say str. Sure you get it. So
Yes, sir.
now, so now this str, I'm going to set it to be equal to. Let me have a string a string. STR stands for string. It's just a kind of short abbreviation. So if I say the value of pi equal to, definitely it will not see the value of pi inside of here. It will not see it as normal pi simply because it is inside quotation. So if I now come outside of here and I say num2 str pi, it is this pi that it will see. If I press enter, what did they bring out? The value of pi is this. Now let me explain it. You see this num2str, it converts a number to string. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So let me write it for you. Let me say num2str converts number to string. Are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, converts number to string. Yeah. There's another one that is called int2str. So from it, you definitely know that it will convert integers to string. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that is the first way of outputting results. That is through display. I want to delete this thing. Yeah, that's through the display method. Now, the next method to output result is the formatted output. So you get it's called formatted output with f prints f. This is the second one. Let me say one and let me say two.
I'm not reading now. I want to read medicine.
Do you get it? F print f.
Yes, sir.
So this is the second one. Now, how does this one work? Let me go back to my or let me first of all explain it for you here. So let me calm down. Yeah. So when you are dealing with formatted string now, this formatted output, it will display one or more values, shey you get, together with the related text, just like the one that I used before. So it will be taking a syntax of f print f, then it will take in the format, comma, the data. You get it? Is this comma or dot that I wrote? I think it's dot. Yeah, comma, the data. So this is the syntax of what it will be taking. Do you understand it? If I want to write this same thing that I wrote here now, if I want to write it using fprintf, what I can do is that let me have my fprintf, then I will have my quotation. Now, inside this quotation, I'm taking in the format. That is, I'm going to be having the value, do you get it,
Yes, sir.
of pi is, let me make use of something. I'm going to explain it very soon. Let me say percent f, and let me say forward slash n, comma, pi. Now, let me explain. You see this display method that we use, this str in this place. Let me say disp str. Now, I use display to get the value of str. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Then I use fprintf to also print out the value of str. Now, you see that I made use of percent %f and forward slash n. Now, this percent %f is called a conversion character. Sure you get. Now, when
Yes,
when
sir.
when you see something like percent %f, definitely I'm telling Matlab that it should print out whatever result I'm having in floating point format. When you're dealing with floating point, there's integers, there's floating point. Sure you get it. Floating point means decimal values, while integers means whole numbers. Do you understand it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So now this forward slash n, it stands for new line. It is called an escape character. Do you get it? Let
Yes,
me
sir.
let me let me write a short note for you. Let me say common and special characters in f print f format strings. Yeah. Yeah. So now let me have the first one. The first one, let me have percent d. Do you get it? A small letter d. Let me remove caps locks. Percent d. Now, what does this one is that it will display value as integers. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
The next one is
Yes, sir.
percent %f. Percent %f, it will display value as floating. Display value as floating point. And you know that floating point is decimal, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then the next one is percent %p. Percent E is to display the value as exponential format. Now the next one is percent G. Now what this percent G does that it will display the one that is shorter, either in exponential or floating. Whatever operation you are carrying out, if it is exponential that is going to be shorter for it, it will display it. If it is floating that will be shorter, it will display it. So let me say display in either floating or exponential. Just the one that is shorter. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So as I said before, forward slash n stands for new line. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can I proceed?
Yes, sir. You can proceed.
Okay, no problem. So now I'm going to be introducing plots to you. Plots to you. Let me quickly let me first of all see something. I want to introduce plots to you people. Sure you get. How can you plot graph using Matlab?
Matlab.
Sure you get it. So now
Yes,
we
sir.
are now we are going to switch from our command window. Let me clear all of this. Let me clear the workspace also. I want to leave my command window and open my M script. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now, to open a script, now script is just like an interface whereby you are going to be writing your code, but this time you will not be getting the immediate response. Do you get it? Just like this command window. For example, if you look at this place, this interface now, you see that this is another programming interface, but we cannot be getting this thing is like a script file. So MATLAB has its own that it is integrated with it. So you see this place that is called new script. Do you see it?
Yes, good.
In this at where my arrow is,
Yes, sir.
yeah, at the top left part.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, once you click on it, it has opened an editor and it says what? Untitled. Sure you get it. In this
Yes,
place
sir.
now, you can now write code. And this code you are writing, at the end of the day, if you want to run your script, you will come here and click on this run. Do you get it? Or you press F5. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Okay.
I'm also going to teach you, I'm going to teach you now. Then I will tell you the procedure you are to follow when you want to write a code. Sure you get it? Because when Engineer Bada we start, he has started, but I think some of you have not attended this class. There's a particular way because a good programming language must be readable and understandable, even to at least to some point to a layman. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So now let's say that I'm going to write a code now. If I say x equals to 0 column 1 column 10, what do I mean by this?
You should write from 1 to 10, but interval of 1.
From 0 to 10, interval of 1. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So if I have y, Colade, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So if I say y is equal to now x raised to power 2, you see that there's a dot. Definitely I'm performing a scalar, right?
Yes, sir.
So minus 10 dot times x, just like 10x plus 15. And if I should terminate it, this is what I'm having. Now, if I want to plot x against y, the command I will just write is that I will say plot x comma y. And if I should press enter now, I will just come here and have my run. Do you see it? So the moment click
Yes.
I click on run, it's telling me that I should save it. Let me say MATLAB online class. If I should save it, automatically it will plot my graph and give it to me. It is still loading. Do you get it? It will soon come up now. Yeah, do you see the graph we just plotted?
Yes, sir.
So this is the output of that code that we wrote. Now, if you are dealing with graph, you can also add title. Shey you get? You can label your x-axis, label your y-axis. Shey you get? You can add grid on. Now, do you know what they call grid? Hello, can you hear me? Do you understand what they
Like
call
plus or star.
grid? What do you say?
It's not plus or star. Like plus or star. Like adding plus or star to the lines.
Ah, no, no, no. Those ones are markers. Sure, you get. I'm still going to explain that for you. They are marker styles. But when you are talking about grid, if you look at this white space now, this white is so white. But if I should add grid on, you'll be seeing like a square line. Let me make use of it. Now I've plotted the graph already. But if you observe that graph very well, there is no label, there is no title, and there is no grid. So if I want to add title to it now, this is how you should have your title. You are going to be having the title, then a parenthesis, then square bracket. So inside the square bracket, you are now going to be having the name of what you want to write. So I may decide to say that okay, let me just copy this thing. So let me just copy this. So let me say plot of this is of y equals to the equation that I just plotted. Then if I should come and rerun it now, let me open that graph. You will see that that plot is appearing already. Do you see it at the title?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
now
sir. Oh,
I
yes, sir.
want I want to label my y and x axis. So for me to label that, I'm going to come to the next line and I will add x label. Then I'll open my parenthesis. Then let me just label x. And let me say x axis. So if I want to label my y axis also, I'm going to come and say y label. Then I'm going to come and have my column and I will say y axis. So if I should rerun it, I will definitely be having both the x and the y axis there. Can you see it? Can you see it there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the last one I'm going to have now, let me add the grid on. Now you will see that before I run it, this place is smooth, right? Then let me now run it. If I should run it, I will be having the grids. Can you now see it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's not only this kind of graph you can plot. You can also plot for sign for so many things also. So if I should let me delete this. But let me cut it and let me go and paste it inside of your class so that you'll be able to, in case you want to ruminate over it. Let me say first plot. Yeah, so that's the first plot. Let me go back to the code. Now I want to deal with let me say a kind of trig function. So let me say that I'm giving a equation like f of x equals to sine 2x, then f of x equals to 2 cos 2x. So I'm to plot them probably within a range of 0 with an interval of pi over 100 to 2 pi. So let me first of all have my range. Let me say x equals to 0 coulomb pi over 100, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the interval. Then 2. Will I write 2 pi or 2 times pi?
2 times 5.
Yeah. Don't ever write pi and the value together, you have to signify the multiplication if they are multiplying together. So if I say y1 now, y1 is going to take the sinusoidal equation, which is sine 2x. That is sine 2 times x. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
Then I'm going to be having y2 to be equal to cos, no, let me say 2 cos x is what I said. Let me say 2 times cos 2
X.
times x. Now I want to plot I want to plot x against y1 and x against y2 on the same graph. So this is the way I can do it. I'm going to have plot, let me say x comma y1. You get it? Comma x
Yes.
comma y2. Now once I just, if I try to rerun it, I'll be having the two graphs on the same plane. Can you see it? Do you get it?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah, so this is basically what, how you can plot graph. Now we're almost done. Do you get me? Maybe we should just hang on a little bit. We're almost done. So I want to actually talk about line color, line style, marker style, and legend. Sure you get it.
Yes, sir.
So let me say line color, comma, line style, comma, marker style, and legend. I'm going to be talking about it in few minutes. So now I'm going to be giving you colors in Matlab. How can you make use of colors in Matlab? Now if I have Y, small letter Y, it stands for yellow. Do you get it? M stands for magenta. C stands for cyan. R stands for red. D stands for green. B stands for blue. W stands for white. A stands for black. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So that is for the color. Then now, this marker style, please, I want to draw your attention to this point because it's something that you are going to be needing. So let me have control B on this. Now, if you have points, what point is used for is that audio, if you are using a marker style called points, if you put full stop, it is going to be points. If I put like O, sure you get it. It will be giving me a marker style of circle. If I put X, it will be giving me X mark. If I put cross, it will be giving me plus plus. If I put star, it will be giving me star. If I should put S, S will be giving me square. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
If I put D, D will be giving me diamond. If I put V, V will be giving me triangle down. If I should put that raised to the power, it's going to be giving me triangle up. If I should put less than, like less than, it's going to be giving me triangle left. If I should put, let me not confuse you with this one, let me space it. If I should put greater than, it's going to be giving me, like it has changed to a marker style. Yeah. So it's going to be giving me triangle right. Now, if I put P, what P will give me is something they call pentagram. If I put H will be giving me hexagram. All these are just marker style. Then if I put none, none will not give me any marker style at all. It should be giving me none, or let me say no marker. That is for marker style. Now, there's one more thing we are going to look at before I practicalize it. It's called line style. Now, if you are dealing with line style, if I have an hyphen, let me use equals to for here. It means solid. It will be giving me a solid line. If I should have column, now if I should have column, it will be giving me dotted. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
If I should have hyphen, then dot. Let me say hyphen dot, hyphen dot. It will be giving me dashed dot. If I should have hyphen hyphen, two hyphen, it will be giving me dash alone. And if I should have none, it will be giving me no line. Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So
Sir.
now I want to let me quickly practicalize it for you before we proceed. Now, let me go back to the MATLAB and the graph. Let me try to split my screen. Yeah, you can see the graph on one side, you can see the code on the other side, right? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
now you see this in this plot now. I want to change it. You see that for Y1 it is a sinusoidal wave. Definitely the blue that you are seeing is for Y1. The red you are seeing is for what? Y2. Now, if I want to change the way it will be working now, I'm going to have a comma. I want to change the way that line looks like. If I say the line now, after that comma, I'm going to put a quotation. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, the first thing is that I'm going to now say that, okay, oh, what color do I want that line to be? If I put G, definitely I'm telling it to be green. And what style do I want? I want it to be dashed. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So if I should run the code now, you see that it has changed already. Do you see it? But you cannot see it very well. You ca- I'm trying to zoom it for you. Yeah, you see that it has changed color, right? So it,
Yes,
ha-
sir.
it has changed color. Now, if I want to change the color for Y2, you know that it came with red. So let me have another comma. Then I'm going to be having, let me call the quotation. Then let me change it to blue. Then let me change the line style, which is dash dash. Do you get it? So that dash dash that I put
Mm.
now, what I'm trying to do is that I'm telling it that, okay, oh, it should now give me a dashed line instead of the normal one that we having. Can you see that it has changed? That single dash now,
Yes,
you know that
yes.
it stands for solid. So out of all what I wrote for us before, if I don't want to make use of the solid, what other one can I use? I can make use of column. So automatically it will be giving me in dotted format. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
So now let me finish this code now. Let me just label everything once and for all. So let me have title. So you know that this title it will give it heading. So I can say plots. Uh, Let me say plots of f of x, f of x equal to sine 2x and its derivative. Let me say and let me say and its derivative. Why did I say derivative? You know that if you differentiate sine 2x, you are going to be having 2 cos sine 2x,
Of
right?
course. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let me have x label. Now, let me label the x label. Let me say x. Then let me have y label. Y. Uh, then let me have y label. Y label to be y. Let me rerun it and let's see the code. Yeah, it has come up, right?
Yes.
Then let me have grid on so that I will be having a very, in case you want to read the values, that grid on will allow you to be able to read the actual value. Sure, you get it.
Yes, sir.
So now there's something that I want to talk of. That's the last thing I'll be talking of for this night. It is called legend. Do you get it?
Legend. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is called legend. Let me quickly check your folder. I think I have an image that I will use to explain it for you. Now, this legend is just used to define the position. Sure, you get it. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
it is used to define the position in such a way that it can take in string one, string two, and the last value of that string is going to be the position. Now, when I mean string one, string two, if you look at your graph very well, I plotted what sine 2x against
And
what
the
is derivative. That is y1 and y2. So if I pass in string one, my string one will stand for y1, string two will stand for y2. Then the last string is going to be the position. Now, if you look at the image, you see that the position is here. I'm having what? NW, blah, 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 and so. So now you will see that everything now, if I'm putting NW, is what? Above and to the left. NL, above top left corner. NC, above center of top edge, and so on and so on. So if I want to apply legend now, let's say that I want to apply legend to this particular code now. I'm just going to come and have legend. I will open my parenthesis. Now, the first string is that particular thing that is in the quotation. So I'm going to be having f of what? F of x. That is y1. Sine x. Do you get it? Then
yes,
I will
sir.
have
Next.
a comma. Then I will have another string. Now, the second one is what? The derivative. D over dx of what? F of x.
F of X.
Yeah. So if I should come here now, I'm going to have f of x. And you see that I said that the last string is going to be signifying the what? The position. So let me say CL. So if I should run it now, you will see that the legend will come outside now. So he said that what? Ignoring extra legend. Don't mind this error. Look at the graph now. Can you see something by this side? Can you
Yes,
see
sir.
it? Yeah, so
Yes, sir.
this is the legend. This is the legend. It's just trying to show us, okay, the green marker style, what does it stands for? So definitely if they want to read this particular equation now, they will say that okay, well, fine. The green one is for f of x, and f of x is sine 2x. So it will make us to be able to read it more. Do you understand it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
so that is it for this night. Although there's one more question I wanted to treat with you, but it seems we spent about 1 hour 19 minutes already. At least you people you try yourself. Clap for yourself. Clap for
Yes, sir.
yourself. Why is your yet sir now land? Don't worry now. I didn't even we were physical, we would have spent longer than this. But hope you were able to get it right.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
The only thing that will remain for you is you should lay your hands on the software now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for your assignment, you people are going to do the theory ones, like number one, number two, number three, number four. You can still use head and write this one. You can do this one manually, sef. Sure you get. You people are
Okay.
actually lucky. Do you know why I say you are lucky? During
Why?
my own set, we did our Matlab with paper and biro.
You are using system.
Yeah, so it seems you people are going to be using system. So that's why I say you are
Okay.
lucky. So if you write and you run error like this, you cannot debug in paper and biro. So you have to you have to write it to be very very perfect. So anyway, no problem. I will send this file. I will send your class file. I will send the assignments. And by the time I post this video at midnight, sure you get. I will send the link so everybody can be able to watch it. Sure you get me.
Okay, sir. All
So
right,
no
sir.
problem. Thank you for coming.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.